Hello everyone, welcome back to another tea video. Today I'm bringing you another Bana tea. This is Bana limited edition raw puer 2008 vintage. First I'll just read off what the little card says. Once again, I did get this from their raw puer sampler pack. I believe it goes for $34. I'll link that below. I'm sure it's subject to change what samples. They also have a show puer sampler pack, and they have a combined sampler pack that just includes a little bit of each. So over here on the left, Bana Tea Company Limited Edition 2008 Vintage. Produced from ancient 100 to 400-year-old trees, this tea presents crisp freshness and a delicate dried apricot flavor. And going to the website, honestly, I'm liking the price on this for what you get. I'll read through this first before I talk about price. So 2008 Vintage Spring Harvest, raw puer, non-fermented. It's all grade 1. So top of the line leaves. Production area is Jingyu Mountain, Simao Prefecture, Yunnan Province. Taste characteristics. This tea is our first private labeled tea produced by Bana Tea Company. This tea leaves are selected from tea trees that are between 100 to 400 years old. The production of tea cakes was personally supervised by tea master Vesper Chan. After over a decade of aging, this tea reached a major milestone in flavor, has become more complex and balanced, while its texture is smooth and thick, along with a rich mouthfeel. Followers of this tea enjoy the huigan, a cooling sensation that coats the mouth and throat, and its balanced and comfortable qi. So looking at the price, I think it's very reasonable for what you're getting. You're getting a spring-picked 2008 vintage, all grade 1 leaves. And for 50 grams, it's $22. For a full 200 gram cake, it's $83. And then for a 5-pack for a tong, it's $374. I think that's very reasonably priced. If we think about some of the other teas I've tried on the channel, the Jesse's tea, the raw puer, I don't think any of his raw puers go below $25. And I believe that's for 50 grams. So in comparison, that frankly is a raw puer that's very underwhelming to me. Maybe it's designed for people who are new to it, but to me there's not much flavor or smell. So I think in comparison, if this tea is good, very easily could go for a daily drinker, for a high-end tea at least, if you're real bougie like me. But looking at the pictures, there's the tong, got a nice little apricot on the cake. I think that's an apricot. But yeah, looks real nice, and I'm very happy about the price, as well as this one has 13 reviews on it. So it's definitely seems like it's well loved. Most of the time, a lot of these tea sites, these tea companies, people don't bother leaving reviews. So we're going to do a quick dry smell profile on this, and I'll just show you the leaves, and we'll get the wash going. Very inviting smell. It's not super aged smelling like the previous one, the previous Bana tea I had. I thought I still had the. Oh yeah, I do. Here it is. Yeah, this one, Jingyu Raw Puer, this 2010. This one was very aged smelling. Not quite fermenty, but it was getting real close. This one, on the other hand, is a little more fresh smelling somehow. It's pleasant. It's like a fruity. They say apricot. I definitely get it on the smell, on the dry smell even. Yeah, it's like fruity and sweet almost. But then you do have a hint of that raw puer, like just pungency and age in there. But overpoweringly, I'm getting like the apricot smell for sure. Very much like it. Very curious about how this is. Very tempted to buy a cake already, but we should probably try it first before I commit to that. Maybe even a tong, who knows. So there's the leaves for you, looking nice and aged, nice and dark, nothing out of the norm. Yeah, everything to be expected. And this is with Bana teas with their samples. They do 7-gram samples. They recommend steeping 5 grams, so they give us a little extra, have a little extra strong sample there, which is a nice thing for sure. But yeah, these sample packs are real nice because you get a lot of real good tea for the price, in my opinion. So you get 7 teas for $34, and they're all, I think, subject to change, maybe. I don't know. This appears to be everything I got as well. But they're all quite, from what I'm seeing, pretty high dollar, really solid quality teas. Alright, so they recommended doing it at 208 Fahrenheit. What's it say? Use 4 to 5 grams of leaves per 6 ounces of water. Rinse once. Alright, so they're recommending 205. So we will do, what I'm just going to do is just pour it into this Gangdao Bay, cool it off a little, and then pour it into the Gaiwan. Because I'm a little slow sometimes, and I had it at too hot of a temperature. No big deal. Alright, there's the wash. Definitely already got some good color on it. Let's give this a wet leaf smell real quick. There is still like a little bit of a stone fruity scent in there for sure. Yeah, that's nice. It's very different for me for a puer, and especially a very aged raw puer. Granted, I'm still pretty new to aged raw puer, but very nice, very inviting, very fruity, very I don't know how else to describe it. It's very nice though. I like it a lot. This is definitely something I could see myself drinking very regularly. Alright. This water is still a little hot, so I'm going to put it in the Gangdao Bay again, and then pour it in the Gaiwan just to cool it off a little. And this will go for about 10 seconds. Alright, I got the strainer, because this tea does look like it has quite a few little bits in it. Little bits. Yeah, it still definitely has that hint of apricot. Alright, looking at the liquid, nice deep color, real clear. I did use that filter just to filter out some of those particulates. These leaves are quite aged, so I imagine it starts to turn to a little powdery, a little broken, especially it comes out of a cake, so, you know, no big deal, that's just how it is. But not cloudy, not muddy, looks nice and clear. Sometimes you just gotta help it along a little. Alright, we're gonna give this first steep a shot. Wow. That's really good. They mentioned, I believe, in the tasting notes that it was complex, balanced texture is smooth and thick, with a rich mouthfeel. I agree. Very nice full body, almost reminiscent of a white tea. No absolutely zero astringency, and I steeped this too long. I was trying to find my strainer and let it go for probably 5 to 10 seconds too long. So instead of being 10 seconds, this is really more like 20. Really rich flavor, very flavorful. It's deep. It's got a general fruitiness to it, that apricot. Very full, rich, thick mouthfeel. Goes down easy, not mouth drying at all, like zero astringency. They said Huiyan is a returning cooling sensation that coats the mouth. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why that happens. Is that like camphor? I don't know what that is. Is that just a tea thing? People always like mention it on their teas and bring it up, but I don't think I've ever actually experienced it before. Definitely experiencing it now. That's actually pretty nice. It's cool. Very good tea. Very much love this. This will definitely be going on my favorites playlist. Feel free to check that playlist out. It's gonna have there's quite a few teas on there now. I've tried quite a few at this point. I'll probably have to make a super extra favorites playlist and just put like one tea from each type on it or something. I don't know. Obviously, over time, I'm going to find a lot of teas I very much like, and I've found a few teas I don't like. They're on a tea playlist that literally is called Teas I Don't Like. But overall, for the most part, most teas I'm pretty cool with. Here and there, I find some teas I'm like, wow, I really like this, and here and there, I find some teas I'm like, I would not recommend that. But this tea is fantastic. Very much recommend it. Get the Bana Teas Raw Pour Sampler if you just want to try a bunch of teas, or if you're just interested in this tea, I'll link it below. Get yourself a 50-gram sample for $22 or a full tea cake for $83. Very solid tea, very very good. I'm very happy with this one. It's like it doesn't have that weird aged fermenty flavor that's some of the previous aged raw pours I've had where it just tastes kind of dusty, like it's been sitting a while, which it's not horrible, but it's not preferred for me. This one definitely has some fruitiness to it, nice full body. And I honestly, I might like it because it's kind of a little more reminiscent to an aged white tea to me. This one definitely packs a little more oomph, a little more punch than an aged white tea. A lot more flavor, not as light, not as fruity and sweet. But it's still a raw pour, but it's a very fruity, easy drinking, full bodied, rich raw pour. I like this a lot. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more tea content. Comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See ya.